back to your protocol, why I think things like this are so important, because it's totally inner work. We're nourishing every day for 28 days. You are getting a dose of happy. What you choose to do with that happy is up to you. But you're dedicating the time and the space to accept that and to nourish your body with good, and nourish your mind and your soul and your heart and everything. And as we talked about, lightness inside means lightness outside, and it all comes together.
Mm-hmm.
The best gift that I could give myself, by following those 28 days, even that I didn't use my Wosha the right way, it did do many things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And like I said, I had twice the fairies visiting me, and I could feel them around me. And the first time was on the first day when I went to bed, and they told me the following. I just want to read it because I think it goes together with the children. Shine your
Mhm.
light, bright light. We will be with you, flowering and helping you bloom. So that was such a beautiful message.
But what I love about this protocol too is it can, like, the more you do it, obviously the more practice you become, and you can do the actual steps in probably 10-15 minutes. But if you really want to have a pamper me day and I'm just going to nurture myself today, you can spend the whole day doing, as you said, this, doing, clearing the meridians, doing just spending an hour listening to the elixirs that go along with each oil, with each meridian. Like, you can really go and have a total transformation if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think phase one protocols, because of everything that you prepare, it's so easy to follow. So it's like I do it, I think one time, and then I repeat it one more time. So now I kind of remember the way, like, it just, there's no effort.
Something that, what is really telling, what is the story, what is the message here, is like, life is vibrant, life is magical.
All of it is new, because the facial protocol was brand new to me. I'd never actually used a facial roller, but I really genuinely like it, and I enjoyed that. The oils, the 4 oils that are sent in the kit, are also brand new. I had not worked with those oils before, and they were beautiful, and the positioning of the oils was also new. And of course, the meridian concept wasn't new to me, but focusing on one meridian per day was a different concept, and I think something that does work well.
but then it also works on, like, the emotional level, where you just start to feel more self-confident, and it's like there's just a kindness for yourself. I started to notice, like, I wasn't walking by the mirror and say, "Oh God, don't look in there." It's like, oh, I'm beautiful. I'm as beautiful as, you know, the gorgeous orchid sitting there on the windowsill. Like, I just found, like, there was more self-compassion. Um,
So I'm especially connected to the rose quartz as a special element to me. So I did both phase one and phase two, and in noticing what changed in me. It is subtle, but I feel it in my breath, my breathing as well. Because I said it's subtle because I feel the lingering trauma used to be in there, but now it's all smooth. So it's like, I don't know how it happened, but it just seems to dissolve.
Mm-hmm. I like that the rose oil can be done by anybody who feels drawn to do it.
Yes. Like, you know how many people ask me, Sandra, what can I do? I have such a migraine, such a headache. I send them the PDF. If you have the rose oil, it's even better. You can, do the acupressure points with a sigil and just, it's very simple. In 5 minutes, in 3 minutes, you're done.
Mm.
Because there is a distortion that is going on. That's what a pain is. It's something unreal trying to take over the real.
It brings you home to yourself. It's coming home, really coming home to yourself. In lightheartedness, in joy, and feeling loved by yourself, Yes.
Thank you. Self-sovereignty, the self-love, self-sovereignty.
Autonomy.
Yes, it's all present. Yes. This is part of the song of the self.
Yeah. It lifts you up from the strings where you were still connected to the matrix, whatever you call it. It lifts you above. You're not part of that reality anymore, because you start living in a complete different reality, and nobody can harm you. Nobody, because you're coming more and more into your own power. So who can harm me?
Yes. This brings me to the Belvaspata of harmlessness, the Misbah Terasat. This is also emphasized as part of the daily healing. When life becomes harmless, then you can flourish. You don't have to be protecting yourself or defending a cause or thriving. You're just like navigating, floating in the calm waves of existence.
Currently, where we're working on creating that inner space and learning our inner spaces as much as outer space, there's no separation. I feel this protocol is perfect for incorporating that on a deeper level. And for me, I feel like a lot of this work is within, but you see the results being reflected in your environment.
Working with the protocol, it also helps me to release some control, because I think by being like wanting things to be certain ways, you are not allowing freedom and fluidity. So I think the protocol helps to recognize that and helps release that.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have mastered. They're not trying to fix. They're not trying to save. There's nothing to save, and there's nothing to fix. And this is one of the beautiful things that I really love about Belvaspata, because Belvaspata, the healing modality given by the Seer Almine as well, that means healing of the heart, is here not to fix. It's actually here to reveal the perfection of each being.
There's so many parts to it. The insights of harmlessness, the 12 of them and the 12 ordinary meridians. I'm looking at some of the notes from the kit that you get. When you live them together, they cause the increase of serotonin.
Oh,
So it's
sweet.
almost like when the serotonin, the feel good hormone,
Yes.
comes at the same time, the safety. So safety and serotonin come to mind. So the child feels safe, within, and then you feel this good hormone, good feeling. It's kind of a new start, a fresh new start to yourself.
I am so grateful that you introduced this to me, and your passion for it ignited my passion. And
Mhm.
you're you're so gifted. Thank you. I'm so grateful that
Thank
you've
you.
shared this with all of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and we were like ecstatic to hear that the Seer Almine actually is endorsing the protocol because, I mean, we are putting together her tools, her information, and we are just making it available in a way that is organized and structured information. And so many people are really enjoying receiving their assignment per se every day,
Yeah.
constantly, and doing it at their own pace. And if they want to repeat it second time, I have people that are finish the 28 days and then they carry on their own and they go into a deeper experience before they do the phase 2, because we're going to have the 5 phases, and it is all like so intrinsically intertwined that is absolutely delightful. Because here we're working with the meridians, with the face, with the dropping of the mask, with becoming more authentic. So your authentic essence is that pure compassion, divine compassion, which is the real explanation of love, the real definition, not explanation, but it's more like a definition of the higher form of love. So we are accessing, but the way to access all this beautiful pot of gold is first we have to clear, purify all that which is no longer serving us, and then we can delve into the deeper subjects of our next step. So
it's certainly part of self-care that one can give to themselves, you know, stimulating the senses. So I definitely recommend it's a way to take care of yourself, because as a mom, you take care of others, but someone has to take care of you too, and that should be you. So
when you're not like this, it means that you're not fully expressing.
Well, I think that's the idea of doing things like this protocol is life drags down the inner child. That's actually a great way to put it. The life drags down the lightness of spirit, and sometimes you just need that little boost to get you back into the light spirit that you were born to be.
I would highly recommend for them to do it, just to take that time for self-nurturance, and maybe not even focus on what the ailment is, but just dive into, as a gift to themselves, just dive into doing the protocol and let them be amazed at the end of it, look back and see, okay, what's different.
Yeah.
it's about being present, right? And I get a glimpse of that timelessness. This is why it's great being around kids, because there are moments where that makes you realize, and being more present also means you don't stay in the past or in the future. You're just here.
Mm-hmm. One of the gifts is of the protocol, the Fountain of Plenitude, phase 1, because each one has a different mandate, but the phase 1 is to drop the mask. So you become not more authentic, you become you. That's what it is. Authenticity is your pure essence expressed without filters.